All right. Good evening and welcome to the Indie Bandits Twitch and YouTube channel. My name is Jimmy and I'm here again with Joe.
All right, Jim.
How are you? It's been a little while, hasn't it, since the last stream?
It's been a it's been a
It's
it
been a
has it
hot
has been
minute.
a it has been a very long time. It's been over a month, but I think it's important that we say that since starting the Indie Bandits in earnest at the start of 2020, the reason we've been gone a month is because for the first time I was actually able to return to the UK and see all the Indie Bandits in person. So I think it was worthwhile missing a couple of streams whilst we did that over an 18-month hiatus away from
Yes.
the motherland for me. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Been a
we got
while.
to celebrate indie games in real life with each other in person, which was weird because you're normally just the voice on the other side of a stream to me. So it's nice to remember that you're not just a disembodied voice, but you're also a real human being with, well, I was going to say with body parts. That sounds weird.
I have some body
But yes,
parts.
you do. I will not go into them. I don't think that's the purpose of this stream. But, if you do
It
have
wasn't
body
what we set it up
parts,
for, but
then
who's to say it's not the direction we take it in?
look, if you have body parts and want to chat about them, feel free to put a message about your body parts in the chat. Just try and keep it clean.
Name the body parts you have.
Not all
Whoops.
of them.
Yeah, top 10 list of your favorite body parts. And while you're doing that, we'll get
mojo.
back to taking over a bit of Europe, bit of medieval
Are we
Europe.
getting excommunicated again? Because
I was going to do that, but then I forgot. It's because it's been a month that we're not allowed to attack the Portuguese. I do forget that this game is basically saying you're not allowed to attack anybody else, but they are well within their rights to attack you at all times, non-stop.
do you remember what we were doing last time? Because I
Can I
think
I
I wrote that
think
we took Staufen and consolidated opposition in Central Europe, which I
I think
feel
we were
was
going to
the
have a
kinda
go at
goal.
Bern, weren't we?
I feel we were going to
Smash this,
move into the lowlands a bit and Central Europe. So
Let's just end that. Oh, here we go. The never-ending attempt at trying to get Carnarvon, who they might have it this time. I've only got one unit of archers. They've got a lot. Oh dear. Well, this might be it. It might finally happen.
Muster your courage, men! We march into battle!
Oh no.
well, since it's been a while, I'll let you know what would have happened in our last stream because I did my history research, and apparently the peasants were revolting following the Black Death in 1377.
They'd had enough.
They had had enough with heavy taxation and an unpopular government. Thank God we've moved beyond that. And they converged on London, stormed the Tower of London, and some people got executed.
Oh, what was the name of the
Rebel
guy?
leader Wat Tyler.
Wat
was
Tyler,
killed,
that was
and
it.
Richard II successfully diffused the situation by promising concessions.
Which
Reprisals
I
followed
don't
instead.
think happened. Yeah.
No. And in 1387, Geoffrey Chaucer started writing the Canterbury Tales. I don't know if the game mentions that or highlights that. I don't remember on the last stream saying that we were in a time period with Chaucer writing the Canterbury Tales, but that is what would have happened. IRL, not the English taking Staufen or looking to move into what is currently Switzerland.
Yeah, we're rewriting history a little bit because, to
We
be
are.
honest, trying to follow accurate history would be impossible.
I mean, we've done well as in the way that we've started wars on everyone, and
No, we've
got attacked
reacted.
by everyone.
We didn't start any wars. We just kept getting attacked.
To be fair, we've went a different. Yeah, we have sort of went a different way with that historically. Instead of the English starting all the wars this time, we've let the other countries start.
Let them have a go.
declare
haven't we?
wars against us.
It's like,
Well,
you have a bit of a go, and we'll just, I guess, try and defend as best we can. It's like your turn to attack. History is, well,
in
we've
this
always
very
been the
accurate
aggressors,
historical
haven't
simulator we're playing, I mean, we've got the proofs in the pudding there that if the English hadn't started all these wars, someone else would have.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've
Shoot
also
them,
got the
fellas.
I've got the
Oh.
interesting facts for today as well. For the 24th of September. They're getting knackered, aren't they?
Hopefully.
So, on this day in 1890, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints officially renounced polygamy. So, yeah, just the one misses now. If you're that's the Mormons, isn't it? The Jesus Christ of
I
Latter-day Saints. Is
think
that the
so.
official Mormons designation?
I think so.
I think that's their official name. There's too many sects. That's the problem.
There's a lot
They
to
need
keep track
they
of,
need
aren't there?
they need stronger branding. Speaking of strong branding, on this date in 1948, the Honda Motor Company was founded.
Ah.
So I don't know what their stance on polygamy is.
1898, the Honda Motor Company.
1948.
Oh, 1940, 1898. I said, bloody hell, they were ahead of their time.
Sorry, 1948. I mean, they might have just founded it as the Honda. We'll work out what we're going to do with this in a bit.
Like, we've got some plans for some motor vehicles, whatever they are.
Well, like when we work out what motor
Lord,
and vehicles
the
are,
enemy are
will be
battering
good.
down the gates.
Oh, he's back. It's been a month without him yelling at me,
Oh, negative
giving me
Nelly.
constant bad news.
I've not missed him. I've not missed him.
No. Oh.
We just had an Arrhenius stream title. It hadn't updated, so I thought I'd give that a change because people want to know what they look. We're not clickbait. This isn't Watch Mojo stream. This isn't the top 10 medieval battles, though it could be because I think we've had a few of them, a few
We've
worthy
had
ones.
some good ones, haven't we?
Oh, when we dug in and took on the Danes. Oh, when we spent ages chasing one guy around the map to finish the battle. There's been a few
Always
of those.
fun. Look at these fancy pants fellas. That's like proper pantaloons, aren't they?
Love a good pantaloon, actually. It's, it needs to make a comeback.
Does it, Joe?
Yes.
Does it actually need to make a comeback though? Because these guys look ridiculous.
Jeans aren't fancy enough. I need things that I need a regal trouser.
You need a
And I think
trouser
the
that
Lord
aptly
save us.
describes
The
your
enemy have
regality.
walls.
Exactly.
Defense or all will be lost.
Like
Right.
Negative Nelly wouldn't be giving us this jip had we be wearing pantaloons.
Possibly not.
You like that? You don't talk.
Only intervention by the Almighty or a military genius can bring us victory from this.
Alright.
See, he'd be calling us military geniuses if we were in pantaloons. That's the kind of title you reserve.
Only a
for the
military genius
the
or a man in pantaloons could deliver us victory.
synonyms, James. They're synonyms. Military genius, pantaloon wearer mean the same thing. Anyone smart enough to wear a pantaloon
Monsieur le Pantalon.
is smart enough to command an army. I think that was medieval rules, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Your finery dictated your position.
Yeah. Do you know how to
Ridiculous.
command an army? I don't, but I'm wearing a cracking set of
But I put my
pantaloons.
pantaloons on one leg at a time. Like
No,
all the
I'm so
greatest
sorry,
generals.
sir. I didn't see you wearing pantaloons.
Time for butchers.
Sorry, I've got to stop conducting these interviews behind desks. Especially since the criteria is just whether or not you're wearing said pantaloon.
Audacious pantaloons.
I think fashion folks should use the word audacious more often in all advertising. I was because I like a good listen to really random podcasts, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was listening to one about the history of the high heel,
Okay.
and there was these shoes that are essentially platforms that were worn in Venice, and they were just worn so that women could look like fucking massive like they were still. But get
Okay.
this, they're on these like stilt-like shoes because they needed to show off how much fabric they could afford for their dresses. So you want a big dress to show off that you're fancy, right?
So you just made yourself taller to have more.
So that it wouldn't drag on the floor as much, I guess. You just go.
Right. Or you could have a longer
I
dress.
need to make. You need a longer dress, but then it's dragging on the floor or whatever. So how do you stop it dragging on the floor? Massive platform shoes. Problem
see.
solved.
Well, it sounds like the ladies of medieval Venice had it all figured out.
Well, I bet you the gents were wearing pantaloons at that time as well.
There's a
They
high
would be dressed
possibility
like
they were
fancy
wearing some
army
nice
guys.
pantaloons. It's a pile up at the gates again.
Classic medieval 2 Total War.
Yeah,
It's just their whole thing, isn't it?
pile up at the gates.
Just everyone bottlenecking at the gate.
Where do we go? The gate, come on. You know where we're going, guys.
You know how to enter fortified cities through the gate.
Hey, do you know what this law was asking? He's asking where we're going. Oh, never in life. Yeah, I tell you what. These rookies got no idea where we're going.
Hey,
Get yourself to the gate,
It was
lad.
his first time storming a gate, is it?
Yeah, it's embarrassing, that, mate.
And look at him. Look at him. His pantaloons are barely worn in.
The audacity of your pantaloons does not please me. The level of
That's
audacity.
Your pantaloons offends me.
Yeah. The lack of audacity in your pantaloons is offensive.
But like some guy rocks up and he's like, I just think you don't understand pantaloons. He's like
Yeah.
in just grey suit pants. It's like, nah. You're dressed like the kind of person who isn't storming a gate today.
Yeah.
Go back home, get changed, and think about what you've done.
You've grossly misunderstood the brief.
Or briefs. Well, hey.
Hey. Hope this stream's coming through alright. We are not in an ideal situation for tonight's first stream back in a long time. This is a bit of a on-the-go stream for me. So hopefully it's coming through okay. Smash 'em.
My checks, my non-scientific checks of the stream seem okay. I
Good,
think
good.
it's I think the stream's getting through all right. I'm thinking it might be more your laptop than anything. Like just tearing, screen tearing and stuff like that when
I'm
you
not
swing the
getting that
camera around a lot.
Oh, right, yeah. I'm not getting that at my end, but
Only half the
that
enemy
might be
force
happening when it
remain.
translates to the stream. It might not like the rapid movements. Oh, hello. Everyone's routing. It's me just running
Hey,
around
who-
over there, and I didn't realize we'd probably won this thing. That's nice.
I mean, them guys like rapid movements. The ones running away,
I know.
the rapidest of movements.
Won't get them. Field day for Mitchell Sandy and his pals. Go run some Spaniards down. Sorry there, slight blip as I pressed the wrong key on the keyboard.
Good. we need to make a kind of one of these weird like technical difficulties screens.
But that would imply that there are technical difficulties. Sure, this is a flawless stream. Nothing ever goes
Only
wrong.
intervention by the Almighty or a military genius can bring us victory from this.
You said that before, mate, and it worked out okay, didn't it?
I mean, aside from technical difficulties, we've also got airplanes to contend with. Not in this battle. That would be. I'd love the idea of like, damn it, the Spanish have been pretending they're not technologically advanced, and here they are with jets. No, not fighter jets. The the fact that your current location may or may not be under a flight path.
Oh, my current location is 100% under a flight path. You can hear those
Because
things
there's actually
flying
currently
over.
a plane in your living room.
It's come through the living room.
It's taxiing in the garden. It's just a bunch of sunburned Brits back from Benidorm.
Just asking for beer.
Looking for that luggage. Looking for that luggage.
Where's
I'll
the bar,
tell you- I'll
mate?
tell you. Oh, yeah, do you take euros? It's like, no.
No, we don't. No.
You can't get rid of your euros here anymore, mate. I'll tell you what, that was not Benidorm, but they did not miss airports in like 18 months of barely traveling.
No.
They haven't changed much. They're still just you know what, the sort of here's a place where you can just have different attempts at queuing in different locations. That's your experience throughout the airport. It's like, and then buy expensive food between queues. That's at least that's how I spend my time in airports. It's like you go, you queue up to go through security. You go through security, then you're like, oh well, they're not going to tell us where my plane's going to park, even though they know fine well now. They know hours in advance probably where the planes are going to taxi and park and which gate they're going to be at. But I can't just sit there and wait. No, I've got to wait like an hour and a half until they announce my gate.
Well, obviously.
Well, guess I'll just buy an expensive sandwich and eat it really slowly with an expensive pint, which I'll drink really slowly. And then they'll tell us where to go, and I'll queue to go to the gate. Then I'll queue to get on the plane. Then you'll sit down for a bit, buy an expensive sandwich and an expensive pint. Then land, and then queue to go through customs. And then if you've got luggage, queue to get your luggage.
Yes, the fun and games of going on a holiday
lot
through
of
an airport.
waiting.
Oh my god, yeah.
Just think, which areas would you like to wait in next?
Pray something changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
What?
I'm
I
not
thought
sure
we were
that
whooping their ass.
Yeah, we are. We're doing alright. He's just being a dick.
It's all happening at the gate still, though. Like,
We've sort of moved outside the gate now. We've managed to get to
For
this
the
little
moment,
area.
The fortune of battle goes our way. Let's pray it remains as such.
He needs to figure out what emotion he's feeling right now because he's all over the shop.
oh, he's a bellend, isn't he? Like, I'm done with him and his stupid comments that make no sense whatsoever.
He's just like, can you just, that
The
this.
battle is very much in our favor.
Oh my god, here we
If
go.
remain true,
Oh, he's changed his
our
tune
men are
as of
slain
2
in
minutes
every
ago.
jungle.
Yeah.
Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
I'm losing the
The
will to
enemy
listen to
army
you,
flees
mate.
the field.
Well, I reckon that victory screen that's just popped up is probably about 30 seconds after he said, "Pray that something drastic happens, otherwise we're going to lose the battle."
It's a good impression.
By the grace of God, our foe is utterly.
You know who this guy is? He's like the little hanger-on, isn't he? You know, the one who's like, just repeats what you say. He's just trying to be pals with like the guy in charge, and he's ready there to like make a bit of a comment.
An absolute yes man.
Oh, yeah.
And kind of person who's like, I love this band since the first album, even though the first time you showed them the song, he was like, not into it.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Now the band's huge and touring in stadiums. Like, I loved them since the first album, and when we used to listen to that album, it's like, you said it was shit, mate. You said it was shit. Full of nonsense, you man.
No, is that,
I
no, it
wouldn't
wasn't
let
me.
you
That wasn't me.
advise me on medieval battles. That's how little I respect your opinion, mate.
Oh, you shitting me? I've got to join the crusade now. This Pope's just he's been
Who is he? I mean, the Pope, obviously,
dick.
but
he is hang on.
because we had the really well
Pope Nero of
ones
France.
for-
All right, okay, yeah.
That's a pretty. I mean,
Hey, look at that.
barring
He
the off-
likes France. Strangely enough,
Shocking.
He doesn't like us though.
I mean, I like the whole Pope Nero. I think it's a strong name.
Orders.
The
It
of
is a solid
France, not so strong. I think take that bit off and it'd be quite good.
Will, sire.
Ah, man.
Right, you mate, get yourself to mess. Hopefully,
We shall
don't get
continue
killed on the
tomorrow,
way.
sire.
Actually, I tell you what, just in case someone does try and kill you on the way,
Orders.
get yourself a little bodyguard.
Sire.
And you
Send out a battle advisor, but yeah, he wouldn't be straight on the on the stagecoach to accompany this guy
Do you
through
fancy
through
accompanying him
France.
through enemy territory?
So
No. Thank God.
this journey is not in my favor.
You'd be like, I need to stay at home. Someone's got to give people regular updates about how we're losing and then winning battles. How will the populace know?
Love the idea of him just chilling at home with his wife and just like being like, this sandwich. I mean, they wouldn't have had sandwiches at the time, but you get me. Just commentating. It's like, only a military genius could have made this sandwich.
All right,
Or
love
the
pop.
Lord.
Take it down a level, would you?
He's like, he just like serves him a meal. He's like, all hope is lost. Oh, talking about all hope being lost. The other day, right, we were there were these beetroots in the fridge, right? Some like cooked or pickled beetroots, you know, the ones that are like already done in their goop and that.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're there. They've been there for ages. Look, it wasn't me who put them in the trolley and bought them. This is a shopping story, by the way. We're doing one of them again. It's not the big shop. It might have been on the big shop, but there's some beetroots, and apparently they need to be eaten. I mean, obviously they need to be eaten because I don't like wasting food, and I don't think people should buy food just to throw it away. Anyway, we have to eat these beetroots, so chop up these beetroots. Then the lass is like, boil some eggs. I'm like, all right, boil some eggs. So I boil a few eggs.
I thought you said oil some eggs.
No, I salted these eggs and then boiled them because it makes the shell come off easier. But, so I boil these eggs and I've got these beetroots and then I'm like, now what? And she's like, oh, that's it. Like, put them on the plate. I'm sat there. Jim, you've never seen a sadder fucking meal than this beetroot and egg combination. I'm like, fuck me. It, like, I can only imagine this is what, like, 1920s Russian peasants would eat in like Siberia after a really harsh winter. I was just like looking at it, I'm like beetroots and egg with like a side of depression. Like it's such a sad meal. She's like, you gonna take a photo of it? I'm like, fuck no. Like, no.
It's too sad.
Instagram, like, it's like, why are these beetroots so salty? All right, that's my tears. It's just like, you've never seen such a fucking awful. I was like, this is an awful meal. Like,
You know what would have turned that meal around though? Almost immediately.
anything.
If you'd been wearing
ingredient.
If you'd been wearing pantaloons, yeah.
That would have worked. No, because I would have been sat there in my pantaloons, and I'd look quite the fool.
You would.
I'm like, I've put these pantaloons on for nothing. Here's me and just a very sad looking meal.
What a waste of a good set of pantaloons. Someone's opened the gates. I feel like every single time I play the battle on this map, someone's like filled with the gates.
Which city is it, by the way?
This is Bruges again. The people of Bruges have seen nothing but war in this game. I'd feel bad for them if they weren't like just fake little people on the screen.
Yeah, they were real people. I mean, I don't know how. I don't know the history of Belgium that well, so I've no idea if there's like if the people of Bruges have experienced a lot of hardship throughout their history. I mean, most places have. This was the ongoing theme of the medieval era, and Europe's pretty renowned for its regular warring.
If there's one thing Europe liked, it was a war. You've actually not come back. You absolute plebs. Well, you're just gonna die there, aren't you? And you've got this group of sad sack looking people here, then these fancy shiny people with giant axes on this side. I know who I'd choose.
Yeah, did you see the announcement for the Super Mario animated movie?
I did.
Did you hear that? You did. Here's a guess. Yeah, no, yeah. Have a
The enemy
guess.
siege tower has reached
What
our
do you think
walls.
the overall
Let courage
reaction
and skill
to the
at arms
casting
lead our
was
way.
on the internet?
Ooh. Well, if
Do
it
you
was
think
on
it
the
was
internet,
well received?
I'm assuming it was a mixture of vitriol and hatred.
Yes. Not all of it though. I think it was this classic kind of like I love it and everyone who disagrees with me is wrong and I hate it and how dare they. Though, to be fair, most of the actors in this I really like. So I don't know.
I think it
I'm
might be
sort
alright.
of I'm sort of like, well, I have no opinion at the minute because I haven't seen the film. I know it's to like generate like interest and excitement and stoke the coals in the fire of the hype train or whatever, but could people maybe just like wait until they see the film and then be like that was good or that wasn't good?
That's not how it works, John.
Because people are having arguments with each other online over what their theories of what it's going to be like are. Do you remember the Cyberpunk thing where people were defending it when people were saying it's shit before it was out, and people were like, no, it's not, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, neither of you have played it. What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
This is a completely pointless conversation you're having right now.
Though, it's like, Chris Pratt, most of the things I've seen him in have given me a giggle. Jack Black, again. Keegan-Michael Key, again. Seth Rogen, Fred Armisen, Kevin Michael Richardson, Charlie Day
Yeah.
as Luigi. What?
Yeah.
Like, can we just imagine Luigi being like, I like magnets?
What about them? Just magnets.
Imagine, like, I really hope they just like have everyone play exactly like who, like, not even trying to be any of these characters. Like, just being the people who I think they are.
Yeah.
Like, Jack Black just being Jack Black. Just doing his, like, doodly-doos in the middle of, like, a fucking speech as Bowser. Sounds genius. Like, don't even write a plot. Just put them all in the, like, the voice booth and go... Just go say some shit, and we'll animate around it. We'll work out the plot afterwards. Just
Figure out
say
the
some
plot
stuff that you
afterwards,
think's
yeah.
funny.
Just be funny for a bit, and then we'll fit a movie around it. If we feel the need. Did they they survived a canny while down there? I mean,
Imagine if it was just
they
like
literally
a deep fake and
maybe killed like 4 people, but they survived a long time, and that's what matters.
good for them.
Good for them.
They
He's did okay.
it's fine.
They are leading these guys right down Arrow Alley, I'm gonna call it.
I'd like my
down.
tombstone to read like they did well, survived for a while.
Survived longer than we expected.
Fancy pantaloons.
Why aren't they getting shot at? Oh no, they're shooting someone else. Oh, who? They've been shooting over there. Damn it. There's not many of them, like. Oh, they're running away. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
They're really flipping going ahead, aren't they?
These guys, yeah, having the right Bonnie.
No? What's upset them? Has it been the years of war?
And they're just carving a path right through there, aren't they? Alright, you lot pile in as well. They still able to shoot them? Nope. If you have to run that far, just come back.
Sound.
The twang of her bowstring.
Just all of them going at once. Where it's like thump 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 thump.
Let's play with our twangers.
Stupid rainbow thing, innit? George has a big red twanger.
I've only got a little twanger.
Good tidings. The enemy
Was that
general
like
lies
legit,
dead.
or did someone?
No,
just,
they did film it, but it was like an in-crew joke type of thing, I think.
Right. So they didn't. That wasn't ever aired.
That wasn't aired. I mean, that would be too amazing if that was actually true. That'd just be.
I don't
nuts.
know. It feels like in the 1970s that kind of crack on was totally fine. Like you saw the Magic Roundabout, like
Yeah.
they
It
were
was.
just like,
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
what a show. I like Zebedee, the springy dude with the
Yeah.
tash. Remember, he used to just be like boing, and he'd arrive and he's like random shit about drugs, and then he would gnash off. And everyone else would be like, we all know what he's talking about, but let's just pretend like that.
Take
no one's
drugs,
on
kids. Go and chase them, man. You absolute. They're wearing heavy metal suits. You should be faster than them.
The battle is
Stop
very
stopping.
much in our favor.
Stop it.
If we remain true and steadfast, victory
chase
will be
them.
ours.
You know what? You can't say heavy metal suits and mean armor, James. That's not fair. It's not fair. What I was expecting was like Kiss chasing them down the street.
That'd be a good mod.
Gene Simmons and platforms. I feel that mod exists. I mean, it will somewhere, won't it? Here we go.
Here we go. Anyone still fine? How have they pulled out that much of a lead?
Oh well, apparently the community of Total War players only like making mods that like make the game more historically accurate and don't put members of KISS into the game. A little disappointed. A little disappointed because they were like, here's a mod where it makes for better armies and more balanced gameplay. I'm like, nope, put KISS in the game.
No.
Put KISS in the game and have them fight out medieval battles. Make every battle look like a glam rock concert, please. That's the kind of mod that the fans are screaming out for. Not just increased historical accuracy and more units.
If anything, that's the opposite of what we're after.
Exactly. The game already had the medieval shit in it. Like, this is not why the people want the game. Not for its history and command of medieval armies. They want the
Our men
memes.
are winning the battle. If we
The
continue
memes.
like this, we will
The
smash them.
memes.
Right, they're having fun out there in the woods. What's going on in here? We shooting some of these?
He said shortly before being
They're lost
arrested.
half their men.
Oh, they're out having fun in the woods. What's going on here?
Oh, what's going on over here, guys? Denim chicken. Oh my god.
What's that? That's an excellent episode of Always Sunny. I like the what is it? It's his dream journal, right?
Dream
Is
book,
that the
yeah.
one where they've read his dream book and then try and get him birthday
just-
presents.
Yeah. They just want
It's like
to
the
make
hat
him
for
things
worms
from
or
his...
something like that. Am I going?
Yeah, yeah. Worm hat's worm
So-
hat.
That show is just pure insanity.
It is, it's nuts, but so good.
It's a giggle.
Go forth, horsey people. Get him. I'd be quite a whimsical general, I think. Give everyone nicknames. You know, you got to take a bit of the sting out of the you know, the impending death that's going to occur in
It's
the
like
middle of the battle here.
Horsey Dave likes a laugh. Horsey
Hey.
Dave, are you ready to charge the enemy and meet certain doom?
Yeah. You like riding that horse, don't you? Oh, that sounds horrible, actually. That sounds like an innuendo. Go on, Horsey Dave, off you go.
No, what's his name, man? The horse off the Olympics.
Oh my god.
Ah, Sir Boy? Was it Sir Boy?
Something like that, yeah.
I'm gonna find him.
The guy wrote himself
Saint
into
Boy.
history.
Saint Boy.
Yeah.
Oh no. I don't really want to read this article that is entitled "What Happened to Olympic Horse Saint Boy."
Well, I hope, you know, a hero is welcome.
Being the funniest motherfucker to ever grace the Olympics.
Yeah. The levels of shithousery from that horse was humans only wish they could reach those levels.
So I don't know. Oh no, he's back home. He's back home chilling. Apparently, here we go. The owner said he is in good health, although fatigued from the competition. Look, same boy. I don't remember you actually doing anything.
Yeah, he's just fatigued from all the belly laughs. As he sort of strolled back to his room and just like creased up.
It's like the kind of reaction you get when you've like dissed the teacher or something, or it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that was so cool. I can't believe you said that.
You did it. You actually did it. You went and did it.
Can't believe you did. Did you see him not jump those barriers? Saint Boy, the legendary Olympic horse.
The battle is very
Well, that
much
woman
in
who
our
punched
favor.
him.
If we remain true and
Ah, no,
steadfast,
that's just a
victory
dick
will be
move.
ours.
It's like, yeah, you can't be punching a horse because you didn't win a medal. It's not really.
Like, yeah, the horse was being a proper dick, but also
It's a horse.
it's a horse. Yeah, it's
Like, you know, there's
it's
an
kinda
element of like, you know, the unknown when you do anything with animals. So maybe you should just not go around punching horses, I reckon.
yeah, and it's a very weird thing because like I'm not even a huge fan of horses because
Oh shit, they got in.
the handful of times I've read a
The enemy
horse,
army
they
flees the field
were
by the
dicks.
grace of
but
God. Our foe-
I really didn't want to go horse riding, and the horse clearly felt the same. And I always find this very odd that like people who love horses
You'll earn the ransom.
are the same people that love having complete dominion over horses.
Honor.
Yeah.
Like, does a horse ever want to actually do all this? Because
Have you ever
it
asked
feels
the
like you're
horse?
just commanding a horse.
If you want to
and-
chat with that horse, Saint Boy obviously let his
Saint
feelings be
Boy
known.
just had enough. He's
He was like, I don't fancy this actually, lads. They were like, well, you're going to do it. And he said, we'll see about that.
yeah.
And then he
Think
just
about it.
proceeded to absolutely
Aye, sire.
light up the Olympics with his
With his exceptional performance.
with his ridiculous behavior.
Engaging the enemy fleet.
You go,
It's like-
Victory is ours,
Graffiti.
sire.
That horse should have got the gold medal for being class.
just for shithousery. And the Olympic gold for shithousery this time goes to Saint Boy. And in all future Olympics, they just gift him
Well,
the
hang
medal
on, hang
now.
on. Because it would have to be in both languages, so it would be like, and the gold medal for shithousery. Le médaille d'or pour shithouserie. Saint Boy. Saint Boy of Japan. And then the Japanese anthem.
Oh man, what a legend.
Fucking amazing.
I mean, you got to feel bad for that last, but you cannot be going around. I kind of lost sympathy for that team when that woman punched the horse. At first, you're like, all right, that's crap. You've just trained 4 years to try and get a medal, but you cannot be going around punching horses because you didn't win a medal.
No. And I like the idea of it's like, I liked them until they punched that horse, which, you know,
Well, yeah, I
which
was
is
like, I felt bad
very
for them until they punched
fair,
the horse.
fair
and
argument.
I'm like, now I don't feel bad for them anymore.
But no story should go that way.
No, it shouldn't. I forgot about
I
Alexandria.
thought the German Olympic team were all right until they started punching horses.
Yeah, then I realised they're just dicks. I think anyone going around punching horses is probably a dick.
Bit of a dick.
Yeah. Because I feel like that's the sort of thing that someone who wasn't a dick would never even consider doing, you know? That's not like, oh, I was so mad, I punched the horse. Like that's a normal reaction when you get mad. Like, oh yeah, we've all been there. Who hasn't punched a horse? Like,
Exactly.
you know, you're like, nah, you punched the horse. That means you're a very
Remember-
odd individual indeed.
I can't remember if it was it. I can't remember if it was the riot or if it was the football. But do you remember when that guy in Newcastle punched a horse?
Yeah.
The
Again,
police horse.
pleb.
Yeah. And do you remember they found him and did an interview with him? And he was all like, the horse was charging at me, so I was just defending myself against the horse.
Yes, sure.
And they were like, right, okay, that's fair. So why did you have your entire face covered? And he was like, oh, I just had some teeth out and it was cold, so I'd covered my entire face up to my eyes to stop the toothache. And it's kind of like,
Which is what you do.
right.
That is what you do, Joe. That's protocol.
That had nothing to do with the fact that you were getting involved in a big scrap with policemen. Not that had no bearing on why you were covering your face. It was purely a dental emergency.
Oh yeah.
It's yeah.
We've all been there. Dental
All been there.
emergency, face coverings.
You've had teeth out and you've completely covered your face, and that just so happens to be an illegal fight breaking out, and you're involved. You're there. You're not involved. Remember, you're not involved. But then this horse comes at you, and you're like, well, I'm not the kind of person who punches a horse, but at this moment, I have no choice.
Yeah.
I can't reveal my face because the air's too cold and it would hurt my teeth. So I'm gonna cover my face and then punch this horse.
It's the only option you had left, Joe. It's the only reasonable option you had left. The poor fella.
But it was such a weird interview as well, because it was all. Do you remember? Like, all the footage was caught on TV, and you saw him just run up and punch this horse.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know why he was trying to reframe it. It was a very like, unless he'd like, I can only imagine he'd hired some lawyer, and the lawyer is like, right, we're gonna just try any old bullshit because we can all see what you did. It's clear as day on camera. We're just gonna say some stuff. I mean, like, I almost feel like if you went to his dentist and went, when was the last time he came to your dentist, like visited your dental practice? He'd be like, he's not even on the books, man. What are you on about? Every time he comes in, he's like, I fucking hate the dentist, but love punching horses.
We've all been there. Who, as I said before, who doesn't love a horse? I mean, that's just ridiculous, isn't it? That's the sort of thing where when you've done it, you just go, I'm really sorry. That was a terrible thing to do. I need to seek help because I'm obviously an angry individual. I don't think my actions through before I do them. And I had about 18 pints that day as well, so I, to say my thinking and was
yeah, just like
suffering.
If you went up and I feel like the I would have a lot of like respect for him if you went, look, there's no excuse for what I did. What happened was I didn't think before I acted, and my decision making was impaired by the amount of alcohol I drank. And emotionally, I wasn't in a very good place because there was a fight going on, so there's a lot of adrenaline running around. Like, I shouldn't have done it. This is why I did it. I'll think long and hard about how I'm not going to do it again. Not that, like, it's a situation that should really present itself. I've never been in a situation where horse punching was an option anyway.
No.
But, just fucking, like, own up to it and just be like, yeah, I made a mistake. I'm not so proud that I can't admit I made a mistake, especially when it's clear as day and has been filmed.
Yeah. I know. It's like, look, we've got you on camera doing this. No. I'm sticking to my story. Okay.
Yeah.
What are we building here?
Josias is a good name, isn't it? There's a lot of good names in this game, actually.
There are.
Moving on from the horse punching.
If ever there was a segue into talking about names, it's after discussing
It's
horse
just
punches.
any excuse to stop talking about horse punching. And we're back with more horse punching chat.
Here's another horse
Welcome
punching
to the
story.
Indie Bandits Friday night stream, where we don't always talk about punching horses, but it can dominate the conversation.
When it comes
For
up,
20 minutes.
we will. Yeah.
Look.
Oh,
We
look at
talk
this.
about the
Prince
real issues.
Morcar the Handsome. That's a name right there, isn't it? Morcar.
That is, I feel that's someone who picked their own name.
Yeah, well, he's all the way up in Inverness on his own, so he's just like, I'll just call myself whatever I want. No one's ever going to check in on me.
Yeah.
And you were correct, Prince Morcar. No one will. You know what? I'm going to just... Can I even... I can't do it. Everyone's chuffed 2 bits. Richard the Honourable. We've got some good names here. Let's have a look through them all.
Hail, my king!
Who are you? Oh, just Ounsel. Okay.
English Richard the Honourable.
Hail, my
There's the
Harold
Councillor.
Curtos. Samuel Mays.
Hail, my king!
This is a good one.
Elfgar.
Elfgar Peckham is a good one.
Hail, my king!
Elfgar.
Hail, my king!
Stephen Taylor. That's a really boring one.
I feel like Stephen Taylor is just like a normal person name.
Arthur of Amesbury.
Hail, my king!
Mitchell
Michelle
Sandy.
Sandy. We like Mitchell Sandy.
We do. He's done a good
name.
job in Carnarvon. Like he's been plenty of battles. Christopher Peckham, obviously
We've had
brother with a
Christopher
worse
Peckham.
name to Elfgar.
Your will, sir.
Josias Taylor. That's a decent one.
That's
again.
a really good one. That sounds old-fashioned, doesn't it?
Yeah. Harold Kernock.
Yeah, that sounds like an old-styley author.
Oh, this one's the best one. Walter of Ashbourne, who at the age of 18 has just fully gone bald.
Ah, yes, we were chatting about my brother
Yeah.
last time we saw him. Weren't we? Bless him.
Philip
Younger brother
Coulsey,
is 21 and
Leonard Kinner,
Hail, my king!
Loughlin Taylor. Tell you what, Stephen
Oh.
Taylor got the brunt end of that, didn't he? The other ones are really
Yeah.
good. Josias
I
and
don't know, 'cause I
Loughlin. What do you want to call the third one? Stephen?
How is Loughlwin's strength or something like that? Because I feel he got chinned a lot in school. Loughlwin.
Edgar Harford.
Command me, sir.
Then we've got Prince Morcar the Handsome.
At your service.
Lewis Tostig. Tostig?
I like
At your
Tostig's a
service.
good name.
At your service.
George
Jacob of Berwick's a long way
Dispenser.
from home, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Hail, my
And then
king!
King James the Lewd, who is the same age as me right now, so that's cracking.
God's servant.
Excellent.
Yes. God's servant. Yes.
We've got a good
God's
bunch here.
servant.
I've just got like priest fortification going around Alexandria. It's time to get rid of the other faiths. Just having Catholicism down there.
Fleet ready, sire. Hail, my king!
And we're back to Richard the Honourable. Well, that was the run through of all the named characters in our faction. There's some,
That
there's
was
some
that.
decent names in there.
I mean, we should have a soundboard with like generic like 80s or 90s soap opera music as we go through. You know, as they like roll the
Hail,
credits
my
and stuff,
king.
and it's just. Well, no, the intro credits where they like show people looking happy and joking, and it's like with so and so, so and so, so and so, so and so, and with. There's always someone who's an and with at the end of every opening credits.
This battle belongs to England. Men, to arms.
2 arms. The guy doing the voice acting for this must have come out with a sore throat, like.
Maybe it's just his like natural voice. Maybe that's his sort of crack on.
Yeah.
You know, like one of these people who you're just like, damn, that's your
everyone
voice.
Lord, some traitorous wretch has
5
opened our
minutes.
gates to the enemy. We must
Stop
defend
it.
the gates.
How do you sort them out? Do you need like anti-spies?
I'd need a spy, yeah. I just keep forgetting to build them because I can't be
That's
asked.
and they keep forgetting to look left when they're about to stab someone to the right, and then they get discovered by guards.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
those little cutscenes.
Yeah, they're just a bit naff, aren't they?
The
Everybody,
spies are big smelly bumholes.
run to the gate. Oh, you are pointless. I'm not
Harsh.
gonna bother shooting some cannons on this one. I'll just end up wrecking my own city. Oh, everyone's hang on, are they doing that? Oh, have I got cannon? Oh, sweet, we got cannon walls, Joe.
As in, like, the walls have cannons in them.
Yeah. Oh man, these guys are gonna get absolutely rinsed. Boom. Down you go. Get ready for a pasting. Oh.
We're having a nice tootle along these guys.
Oh.
They're getting wrecked. He went flipping
He
flying.
did. Go on then. Run through. Everything will be fine on the other side of the gate.
Oh, that guy's arse landed on the other guy's head.
What remained of his arse landed on the other guy's head.
His cheeks were split in twain.
It was Brian May's situation all over again.
Oh shit, I remember that.
I've still got that saved on my phone. That is a headline I am never ever getting rid of. That is amazing.
What was it? Like toys.
Buttocks were ripped to shreds
Oh,
in gardening accidents. Just like, oh my god.
what the fuck was he
Ripped to
gardening?
shreds. Like, that was the description they went for. They used that because it was the most accurate description of what happened to his arse.
Yeah, it's not like scratched me bum. It's like
Yeah, or
my
like
arse was
cut.
ripped
It's
to
not
shreds.
cut. It was ripped to shreds.
But what was it? What was he doing? Like, was he riding a rocket-powered lawnmower? Some shit. Like, what kind of gardening is he doing? I thought it was meant to be relaxing.
Oh Christ! What a story, though. It narrowly beats out the headline about the pig that drank all the beers and went on a got a bit leery with everybody. The Australian pig drank an entire 6-pack and just got a bit mental with everyone.
And it's like proper bong-eyed looking at people, being like, "What you looking at?
Yeah.
You looking at?"
You never seen a pig drunk before?
It was like, "I think you've had enough." "Oh, you sound like me pig wife." Not that she's a pig, but she is a pig.
Oh, look at this. They said, let's storm the gates, guys. And then that one guy actually did it. And he was like, oh, you bastards, man. I thought you were coming with us.
Fuck.
He's like, you shitheads. Like, no, we are, seriously.
The right pantaloons.
Like, I promise we're going in. And he's like, I'm not
Look at
falling
his
for that
pants are
again.
barely shiny at all.
St. George, save us. The enemy have the walls.
Do they?
To our defense,
How?
all will be lost.
Where?
Yeah, he's.
Oh, they've snuck around the back, the little buggers.
Oh,
Oh, man. I have to, run people around and go around the other
but there's
side.
multiple door crack-ons, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, it's just one unit of, what are you? Crossbowmen. I'll just send me billman. Off yous go, lads. Go get him. This is like the epitome of an AI not knowing what the hell it's supposed to do at this point. The gates are open, but it knows if it runs through, it won't win. So it's like, well, we'll run away. But if we run away, we can't win the level. So I've got to run towards it again. Are you still running? Get up on the bloody wall, man. This is a fancy outfit, isn't it? I'd wear this one. Hang on, they're in the dark. They're in the shade. Wait till they run into the light.
Well, I only ever wear outfits that I think would
There
look
we
good
go.
in the golden hour, obviously.
The levels of audacity in this outfit are high.
By St. George, our men have slain the enemy.
Didn't take them long, did it?
Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
Well, immediately. He couldn't have been more
Orc.
correct.
Just the way he got was just unreal, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was like, oh, we've snuck in, lads. We've got this one. And then just bang. Pulled the face. This is the battle of snazzy outfits, actually.
I mean, most of them are, to be fair.
Yeah, the medieval
In terms
era
of
was an era of snazzy outfits, wasn't it?
I don't think historically accurate this
No.
game, though. I
No.
don't think the game does. Like, the game takes some sartorial liberties, doesn't it, with just to make it more playable, and everyone. I think we've discussed this before, but the idea was everyone would try and have something that would identify them, like a rag on their arm or something like that. But
Yeah.
in most cases, everyone was just trying to stand on the right side of the battlefield and
not
kill
get
people
killed
who
by one of their
didn't
mates
speak their
who's-
language.
Yeah, who's in like a blood frenzy, swinging at everybody, and just okay, avoid that guy. He's on my side, but he'll definitely kill me if I get too close.
Well, like you on the other night on Rainbow Six Siege where you just fucking rinsed our team.
Which one was that one?
There was one where it was just a guy and you were just like grenade to the face.
Oh, the hostage one. Yeah, yeah.
The hostage, like,
That was a sturdy hostage one. He didn't go down, did he?
I love the
He
idea. It's like,
shrugged it off
"Quick,
and he just
they've
ran out.
They've taken a hostage. I'll just throw a grenade. And he was just like, "'Tis but a flesh wound."
Yeah, I'll be all right, man. I'll be all right.
It's fine, man.
I had
you
a
haven't
good one the
taken
other
a
day when
grenade to you.
I think I killed one of our teammates and the two on the other side to win the round. It's like he was just in the crossfire zone, Joe. I couldn't help it.
The enemy army
Yeah, you were just like,
There's
"This
3
is what
bodies
we
in
need
front
to
of us.
do."
Everyone's going down here.
Yeah.
This is a clear victory.
Wow,
that
we
goes
didn't
to
lose a
only men
single.
of great virtue
Right,
and
okay,
valor.
that was a pathetic attempt.
It was a solid effort. Should we take a cheeky break and fill up with beer?
Yes, we can do that. Yeah, we'll stick a break on. We'll be back in 5 minutes to continue.
Besieging medieval Europe.
Yeah, we're
And
on a little
talking
bit of
about
a
punching
crusade at
horses.
the minute as well. Oh yeah, we're back around round 2 of the horse punching conversation. See yous in 5.
See you in a bit.
And we're back after a refreshing 5-minute break.
Was listen, it's refreshing. It's the air opening. Oh, ASMR for you as well, just free at the top of the intermission.
You should hashtag that into the
Next, you can listen to my cat eat sweet corn. No,
what?
that's what the ASMR is. It's like cats eating sweet corn and stuff, and people like stroking felt.
Ah. Well, I'm all in for the
Stole it.
cats eating sweet corn part of it, but the other stuff I feel would send a bit of a. It's like dry sponge. I don't like that. Ugh, I even just thinking about
No,
that.
no,
actually
it's
makes me,
meant to be. It's like sounds that I don't know.
Oh yeah, I know what it
give
is, like
this
relaxing
effect.
type
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
But
I've
So
seen
I've not
cats
seen
eating
any-
sweet corn.
yeah, that's the video I haven't seen. So I need to. If anything, we're going to end the stream right now, so I can go find
Nah.
some cats eating sweet corn. Oh, English Knights. That sounds like fun. What do they do? Heavy billman. Okay. Oh, this is like. It's like a full-on top of the range settlement. This one. Staufen. Staufen.
I like Staufen. I'm glad we have Staufen.
Yeah, it's a good name to yell, isn't it? Like if I was from Staufen,
Staufen.
if I was from there, I would always like really emphatically tell people I was from there. Where are you from? Staufen.
With honor,
Find out.
sire.
I mean, it's in
We shall
Germany, right?
continue tomorrow, my
It looks it.
Oh, get ready for this butchery. I've just looked it up. So
ships ready.
Staufen, or known as Staufen im Breisgau, I'm hoping that is somewhere close to how you pronounce that, is a German town in the, wait for it,
Yes, my lord.
Breisgau Hochschwarzwald district of
Ooh.
Baden-Württemberg. No idea if that's it. Like,
Ready, sire.
just so many letters. Like,
It's a poetic language,
Yes.
German, isn't it?
you'd say it all. You'd say it all. Like every time, I would be like, "I am." It's like, where are you from? Oh, I am from Staufen im Breisgau in Breisgau Hochschwarzwald, or something like that.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah, all right.
Why wouldn't you?
Orders.
Fair enough. We'll see. The French have declared war on us, Joe.
Good, because they've been
Hey, in
cruising
due time,
pour bruising.
You know what, right? They've just
Hail, my
made a
king.
huge mistake by letting their faction heir wander out on his own. What?
Really?
Oh my god, we're not allowed to attack anyone. I feel like maybe
they've
we should just
declared war
get
on us.
excommunicated and just go sack the Pope.
I
Give
assume
the-
you mean
give the
sack
Pope a
as in like
sacking.
fire him, not like American football. Like the Pope is about the Pope is the quarterback and he's about to make a pass and you just tackle
I'm
him.
gonna sack him.
That'd be good. I'd like to see the like the Pope and the Swiss Guard playing American football. I feel that
Yeah.
would be somewhat entertaining, especially since the Swiss Guard have, I guess, the same kind of pantaloons that they wear in American football.
They've got audacious outfits, don't they?
They do. It's like, why? That's my main question. Like, is it dark where the Swiss Guard get dressed every morning? Like, it's fucking mental.
Maybe they're not allowed colours in any other clothes, so it's like, well, let's just put them all
Ships ready.
in the pants.
It's like, it's just Swiss Guard. Like, that is the least neutral outfit I've ever seen.
What's he doing? You better not be.
It's
Okay, good.
also, are they as hard as nails? Because they don't look it, but
Probably just
They're-
because
they're
they don't look
surely-
it.
Hail, my
well, that's the
king.
kind of thing, isn't it? It's like, do you remember when that cage fighter was in drag and some people were ripping on him in the street and then he just fucking bopped them both and
Hail,
like chinned
my
them in
king.
2 seconds? Do you remember? It's like, and then
As you
it
will,
was
my
probably
king.
like 10 years ago
To
now.
battle.
He was on like a night out for like New Year's Eve or
Hail,
something
my
like that,
king.
and he was in fancy dress and he was dressed in drag as part of his fancy dress, and some lads started giving him grief for wearing women's clothes, and he just absolutely like he dropped
Hail,
the two
my
of them in
king.
like 2 punches.
Uh-huh.
Like there's gonna there's gonna be the sounds of there's gonna be 2 sounds. There's gonna be the sound of me hitting you, and then there's gonna be the sound of me hitting you again. Don't know. He just like absolutely. It was a non-contest. Like obviously this is a cage fighter. He knows all the moves, and these like Rajis who tried to start on him
Battles and prepare to board.
for wearing a dress immediately regretted that decision.
Oh, I immediately regret this decision.
Engaging the enemy fleet. Victory is ours.
But like
Man,
it's
we
gotta
are
be the same
sinking
thing
all
with
of
the
the
Swiss
ships
Guard,
around
right?
Sire.
Probably. I mean, yeah, I can't imagine you get in that without knowing
Ready, sire.
how to take care of yourself
Kung Fu,
and how
like the
to
Matrix.
wear a pair of pants. He is wearing those pants.
Look, they are like swag as fuck. Like, it's not the outfit you wear if you don't want to be noticed.
Yeah.
It's just like someone was like, so for the uniforms, red, blue, or yellow? Yes. And the hat? We don't want to go over the top, so how about just a black beret or feathers? Your choice. Just you can have, if it's casual Friday, black beret. Obviously, for formal attire, we'll want one of those helmets with plumage on it.
What are we doing here?
Look, the branding's on point. Like you know, it's the Swiss Guard.
Oh yeah. There's no mistake in the Swiss Guard.
Bearing word for you.
Oh my god, there's a surprise. You know what? I'm actually going to pay them off because I can't be asked to fight
Magnificent.
someone.
You have made us very happy these days. It
Right
would
now.
seem you are very reasonable.
What's Mark Baran's crack? He needs to get stuffed.
He was asking for a paltry sum of money to not attack. I'm like, alright, you can have that. It's pathetic.
Have this.
Oh my
pulled.
god, the French are mobilizing. There's a lot of
Is
blue
there a-
banners.
But are they all look? But the banners are barely filled with anything.
Oh,
so
where you
they
going,
are
you
weak
player?
as
Why'd you
pitch,
go
right?
that way? You absolute...
We'll drop anchor
Dial 'em.
until morning.
Got lost.
We can go
Navigation
no
was not
further
his
this
forte.
time.
Get... Oh, what's happening here? Denmark, France. Can they retrain? Okay, yes they can. What can you do? I'll have a bit of that. We'll leave it at that. What about Bruges? I feel like I haven't built anything in Bruges for ages because it's just been no point.
I'd love that to be the motto of Bruges City Council.
We were
We
going to
haven't built
build
anything.
it.
Just there's no point.
But, yeah. We considered it and moved
Hail
on.
my king. Yes, my liege.
Yes, my liege.
I like the word liege. My liege. I was watching the Futurama where they're all superheroes just before, and Bender chooses to be Super King, the best one of the three.
Oh, yeah.
And
Super King,
he's
the
like,
best of the three.
and like they meet the mayor, and the mayor's like, Clobberella, Captain Yesterday, my liege.
That's a good episode.
They're all good episodes, to be fair, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's one I
particularly strong one.
particularly enjoy. It's one it's very silly and quite welcome in a series that, and I mean series in the British way, or season if you're American, in a season that was like had a lot of like heavy episodes. It has a lot like that. The episodes around it, you have like you have the ones with the dog and the bee sting and like all the all these like quite like emotionally driven episodes. That one has Leela's parents just being super nice to her. Do you remember? It's like they're meant to be having a day out on the surface, the mutants, and
Oh, yeah.
and then she's like, I guess double booked. I guess you could say between fighting crime and seeing her parents, and her parents are totally cool about the whole thing. They're like, oh, it's fine. We understand if you're ashamed of us because our parents are just so nice.
Engaging the enemy fleet.
Right, this Russian Navy needs to get the hell out because you're blocking us, Ivan. I'm not at war with you, but if you're there next turn, I might be.
Are they like technically a blockade, or is that just a?
Yes, my liege. Making
It's like
camp
they're not
here,
mechanically a blockade, right? They are.
No, they're just because it doesn't allow me to go right, like get close to them because they're a neutral faction, so you're not allowed to sort of occupy the same space. Which means,
but it's like you can't move through them though, so I guess
Yeah.
it's more like a flaw in the mechanics of the game, which
Yep.
I mean, I guess you could exploit to blockade other factions.
all right. I feel like we've hit the turning point, Joe. We're gonna get this crusade, and we're gonna take Riga, and then we'll have a faction in the
Riga,
north
like
of the map.
is Riga Estonia?
In this, it's Danish, but yeah.
Is it? No, it's Latvia. It's Latvia. And yeah,
Oh, is it Tallinn?
apologies to the.
Which is
Tallinn is the capital of Estonia,
That's
right?
it, yeah.
And Riga is that
is Latvia.
in Lithuania.
Uh,
Oh man, I am so sorry for the people of the
Not
Baltic
sure.
states. Those are the Baltics, right? Sorry.
I think so. Yeah.
Vilnius.
Vilnius. That's it.
Yeah, it's like once you look up the answer, yeah, it's very easy to remember.
Then you know it.
Nah,
That's always
then
the
I know
giveaway,
it.
isn't it?
Until the next time, I know that flags though. I like a good flag. Was
Glory to your name, sire. We attack.
thank you.
Just wanted to interrupt you, just in mid sentence, to just scream that in your face, Joe.
Yeah, like if Negative Norman was that good to his wife, then they wouldn't be shipping him off all the time to commentate on battles.
Oh my god, we're not getting immediately attacked. I get to actually deploy. What's that like?
Yeah, I do enjoy a good flag. Actually, I like heraldry and all that kind of crack on. And I remember I was at a dinner party a couple of months back, and I mentioned this, and the person said, "I actually have an entire game that's just guessing flags. Would you like to see it?" And
I'm
I was like,
assuming
"No,
that
you're
was
right."
the end of the dinner party.
No, I was like, yes, please. And then we went through like all 200 odd flags and just get in and just like, it was literally just like, here's a flag. Where's this from? I'm like, ooh, that one's like this guy, I did all right. I did better than I think the average person would do at guessing.
You didn't bring
Guessing
shame
flags.
to your family.
I did not, but when I was in primary school, we did, and me and my mum did a sign language course for the crack, I guess. I don't remember why we did it. It just felt like something fun we could do together, and we did. And they gave every student, every person could have a nickname. So instead of signing your full name and like spelling it out, they'd give you like another random sign that you could choose.
Right.
So if you were the person who liked cats, your sign would just be cat, and it would be easier to refer to that person as cat rather than spelling out their name.
Right, okay.
And so this was like a night class at college, so I was the only person who was like 8 in the class, and everyone else was just adults. And the teacher asked me, like, what do you like? Like, what are your hobbies and all that kind of crack, so that we can pick a nickname for you. And I was like, I like flags. And she's like, all right, I thought you'd like say something like, I don't know, race car or computer games or something like that. But we'll go with flags. And that was in that class. My the entire class, my nickname was Flag, and I still remember the British Sign Language sign for the word flag. It's actually quite obvious when you think about it. It's
You just like wave your hand a bit.
It's the index finger on your left hand, sort of like pointing upwards, and your right hand with an open palm resting on the top of it, like it's a flagpole, and your open palm is the flag, and then you wave your hand sort of like back and forth like a flag.
And then you spin around 3 times on the spot.
And then you do that thing off Friends, which isn't real sign language, or whatever, or the thing we used to do in the schoolyard where it was like, it was a lot of like V's on your fingers and flipping your hand over on the palm of your hand. Remember that? And then like
Yeah.
like you do it like finger scissors, which sounds really rude
Finger
when I say it
scissors.
like that. Yeah, like could you have picked 2 words to describe the hand gesture? But yeah, finger scissors, finger scissoring. You know what I mean? Or scissor fingering, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Did actually see again. I mean, I was saying going wildly off topic, as if any of these streams have a topic other than horse punching, of course.
Horse punching, which will now become the only topic we talk about.
Yes, it's like welcome to the semi-regular horse punching stream. No, actually, don't call it. There will be corners of the internet that have been waiting years for that. Like, God, I just wish those horses would get punched and someone would stream it live. Mainly the German Olympic team.
Oh, God.
But no, so not the horse punching stream. But so yeah, not that these streams have a topic or anything like that, but discussing sign language, I did see an advert on British TV that is in sign language, and I thought that was really, really cool. I was like, that is like, it's one of those, like, I forget what they're called, like the CGI emoji face people that they have on like Apple phones. You know the ones I mean, where it like turns your face into like a little avatar,
Right.
and when you speak, it speaks. You know what I mean, like that little virtual avatar that you can create. I think Facebook has it for posts as well, like these kind of like little CGI versions of yourself. Snapchat had them as well, with little cartoon versions of yourself. It was like one of those, and it was describing the benefits of this phone contract, but it was all done in sign language, with the little CGI person signing it and the text messages appearing alongside it. And I was like, that's really, really cool. Like, someone who is deaf and speaks sign language, or even hard of hearing and speaks sign language, it'll be the first time that like someone is actually speaking directly to them on the telly, and it's not like 4 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, and in marketing, like I've never seen anything. I'm guessing for products for the specifically for the deaf that would use sign language. And this advert in the like middle of the day was just like, yeah, we've gone deaf community first and hearing community
the battle is very
second.
much in our favor. If we remain true and
And I was like,
steadfast,
you know,
victory will be ours.
could be a cynic and be like, maybe they're only doing that so that people like me are like, oh, look at this company, they're so woke and amazing and whatever. Be a cynic, or could just take it at face value and go, that's really nice, even if it is done for like cynical motives. It's a company
Yeah.
at the end of the day. Everything's done for cynical motives.
Yes.
But I was like, at least they've done it for cynical motives, and like, we'll take the hit on it not being for the hearing community, for the favor we'll curry with the deaf community. I was like, sweet, more of that, please.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why not? It did not change my understanding of the advert at all, and it could have absolutely made someone's day. Like, there would be some some deaf person watching that who was just like, oh, that's so cool, and it's not just some little woman squeezed into the corner of the screen at like really antisocial hours of the day.
Yeah. Why aren't you moving?
Do you know if the signer is something that you can add or remove from telly yet? Because I don't think it is, but I think it would be that would be a really awesome option. You know how like you can add audio description now, and you can add subtitles, and you can just turn all these things off and on
Yeah.
digital telly.
Yeah.
Surely there's a way to just have a signer and just have it as a layer, and just say, I want the signing person layer on.
But I guess then you'd have to have, unless it was live, I guess, like they're doing it live.
If it's live, then yeah. But I mean, for anything pre-recorded, you could also pre-record someone.
You could, but then
Who
it's like,
signs.
is someone going to pay for that? That's the problem with
Yeah,
it.
is it big enough? Well, it's all money, isn't it? Obviously,
Exactly.
but if they've already paid for it, because there are a lot of shows that are signed when they're aired at like 2 or 3 in the morning, why can't you just use that footage of the person against the green screen who signed the entire episode and just have that as a digital overlay? Why, surely we've got the technology to add that overlay. Like, TV should be advanced enough now. If you've got like
The battle is very much in our favor.
digital
If we
telly
remain
or
true
satellite
and
or something like that.
steadfast, victory will be ours.
Yeah.
By St. George, our men have slain
That's
the
a,
enemy general.
I think that's a
Without him,
copyright
his
indie
troops will lose
bandits.
their
If
will to
anyone
fight.
does that,
That's
we'll
it.
be after you, because
It's our
So,
idea now.
I mean,
Army flees by the
obviously,
grace of
firstly,
God.
we're in it to help the deaf community, but credit where credit's due. We came up with this genius idea, and they should put this into place so that if the signing does exist for any given show,
The
viewers
enemy
can turn
lays
it off and
siege,
on
sire. We
as they
must
see fit,
prevail.
like they can do with language options and subtitling.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
It would.
They should definitely do that. Pay us
Damn
for
it,
it.
that guy did die. That's annoying.
Your will, sire. Set sail. Orders.
Walter of Ashbourne, get over there.
We do finally get to kick some French arse. We haven't done that since like episode 2.
I know.
Yes, sire. Preparing to board and engage the enemy.
And get some of these
Victory is
younger
ours, sire. Hail
people.
my king.
pop down. Have I got anyone in London? Just one. Yeah, you can stay there. Right. Oh, there's so much stuff happens at the towards the middle and end of this game. Like you just get so many updates about things that are happening.
Well, I think also everything's a lot bigger. Civ does the same, doesn't it? By the time you're at the end of the game, you've like seen most of the world, and you're sort of like
Siege, noble sire. We shall
interwoven
prevail in this siege,
with all these
sire.
different factions
my
and
king.
areas
You
of land
command, my liege.
Mm-hmm.
that you're gonna have.
shall
You know,
prevail in
you
this
need
siege,
these
sire.
updates, don't you? Really, it's, you'd be annoyed if they didn't tell you.
Bless noble lord.
I guess.
Oh,
The
handgunners.
Danish man, is he giving us some of his hot pea?
Oh, this is the Papal States right here.
An honor, but I am not here to parley.
Domencius Benen's case. That's a terrible name.
Be gone.
Yeah.
You are not mein Kaiser.
Come and face the might.
I am a soldier. Speak to our representatives.
Representatives. What do we do?
Salutations, honored lord.
Oh, that's a nice one. He was nice and polite there. I liked it.
Good. Manners cost nothing.
They don't. Stuff's being built there. Right, I wonder if that might be a good spot for... I think next turn we'll take Riga and complete the crusade. Hopefully get a bit of wedge for doing that. And then we'll have a nice little base up in the north to start battering the Danes a little bit more. I think we're fully sorted down here. I don't think anyone's taking this back.
At your
Oh, we've got a
service.
merchant as well. What do you want? Do you want cotton? Oh, sugar. 289 gold a
Opening a
turn.
new
Yes, please.
trade lane, my liege.
Build another one of them. Yeah, might be a good spot to end it. What do you think?
It depends how long that taking Riga would take. 'Cause we could, I mean,
I guess
that-
probably one more turn. I could go through the next turn and then just storm it. There's no one there, so let's just
I'll
do
give that a
that.
go and then we can.
Someone's just had a huge shit.
We would ask you
Take-
to lower your
should we attempt to
swords
take-
and hear us out.
Riga and see how that goes and end it there, and then we'll be in a even solider
Diplomacy
position
failed
to-
us these
Let's do that.
chin folk.
I think these people don't give up. These Portuguese are obsessed. Like, they haven't won a single battle. They've
How was
lost...
your time in Portugal, by the way? Did you
yeah.
remind them that they haven't won a single battle against us in our regular streams? Where you're like, what's your beef?
I just spent
See,
the
beef?
entire time getting assaulted by them. I had to defend myself for 7 days.
But defending yourself was fairly effortless because it was never
Oh,
it was
yeah.
never been much of a challenge.
Yeah. Just did what I had to, Hard
Disappoint-
indeed.
I am disappointed you didn't manage the Francisina though.
Oof, no, that would have been too much for my fragile stomach.
We march into battle.
It's amazing though. It's meat in a sandwich. It's just all
With
the meat
cheese and
in a
some like tomatoey sauce all over it and stuff.
tomatoey beer sauce, James.
Yeah.
And it's like that. You did try the pastéis de nata, didn't you? The
little
cream
cinnamon
cakes things.
custard tart thing. That's delicious.
Yeah, that's it. Custard tart. Yeah, it's like literally a cake of cream, I guess. A pastry of cream.
Oh, sweet lady, with your, was it nose like a slope of cream?
Is that Blackadder?
No.
No. What's that off?
Mighty Boosh.
Yes.
With your face.
Cream for everything.
Yeah, everything's
like
cream.
Something a cream.
With your
Like something
with your
cream.
teeth like
Oh, is
hard,
it a,
shiny pegs of cream.
Is that a? Actually, what are their names, man?
Howard
not the,
Moon.
Not the northern one, right?
Yeah. Howard Moon and Vince Noir. That show is
show's
actually quite
mental.
good.
Solid. No, it came back for that like third season, didn't it? It was a bit stinky because it became like a pastiche of itself, didn't it? It kind of
Yeah,
like
what's going on here? Yeah, no, the
Clearly
third
everyone
season wasn't much good.
everyone was like, "This is what we want out of it. This is what's super popular in the Mighty Boosh, and we'll just do more of that."
Yeah.
And never see out from to the guy, Howard Moon. Noel Fielding's like everywhere.
He's one of those people that's on the panel circuit, isn't he? There's like a group of like 12 comedians
I
that
think
just
I think he
share.
does the bake. I think he does the Bake Off as well with
Right.
George Dawes. No, that's not his real name. You know what I mean? What's his name, man? Matt Lucas.
Matt Lucas.
Yeah, Matt, was it not him? Him and Matt Lucas hosting the British Bake Off after.
I've never seen it, Joe,
what's her
so
name?
I would be hopeless. I have no idea.
No, but you know, I want to say Sue Perkins. Is that a name of someone?
Oof.
Sue Perkins and.
I mean, yes, it probably is.
And what's her partner in crime called? Her and her like partner in crime are Mel, Sue and Mel, but I forget. I don't know. Gedrich,
Our
I
men have
think.
reached the walls with
All
their
right.
ladders.
Gedroich. Mel Gedroich. Sue and Mel. We'll go with Sue and Mel. Them two were hosting it, and then they stopped, and then George Dawes and Vince Noir started hosting it. And even though that sounds like it would be awesome, apparently it wasn't.
Yeah. It'd be hamstrung a bit though, because like, I mean, what? How can you? Like, what can you do with that show? Really,
Yeah,
Our men
I
have
think
reached the walls with their
they're
ladders.
When I
things
was-
to
when I
be
was-
like wacky, isn't it? And like, it's hardly the show where you can be wacky.
no, but that was what no, it wasn't wacky, but Mel and Sue like did like the kind of like innuendo-y, like not taking it very serious thing, which was a nice like, you know, as people are like crying over their cakes going wrong. They're sat there laughing at like soggy bottom and stuff like that. Do you know, like it was
All right, yeah.
like it worked well. I only watched one season of the Bake Off, and I think it was the season where they had Ice Cream Gate, where someone threw like a massive wobbler because someone had taken their ice cream out of
Our
the
men are
freezer
winning the battle.
to put their
If we
thing in the
continue like
freezer,
this, we will
and they'd left it
smash
out
the
too long and it had melted. And they were like proper rage quitting and like throwing their ice cream in the bin and stuff. It was there.
Wow.
But it was all, a lot of it was apparently done in editing. It was they were like, oh, it's wrecked, screw it, I'm just throwing it straight in the bin, don't want to play anymore, kind of crack on. And actually it had only been out for a matter of seconds, and it was all on them. Like, they hadn't done it properly. It wasn't the other person's fault, but it was all cut together to like add the drama, like this person had like ruined this other person's ice cream. And then obviously the internet, knowing that not all TV is like pure fact, and the news reacted with restraint. No, I'm joking. They like proper cyberbullied the poor person who had apparently melted this ice cream. Which, you know, but I enjoyed the show. Like, if someone could sit me down and actually like get me to like watch some reality TV, sometimes I'll just like engage with it. It's not my kind of crack on, but like with the Bake Off, I watched that. Like I watched that with the housemates when I was doing my masters, and they were into it. So it kind of like, it makes it more fun, if you get me. Like if people know what's good about it and what to like about it.
Yeah.
It makes it more fun. I think it's the same like with sports, because sports are like really difficult to get into, especially if you don't know the rules.
Yeah.
But like going with someone who really likes it, who can like explain like what they're doing there, is really good. Like when someone's like, oh, look, they're whipping up this like caramelized sugar and it turns into a fucking spider's web, and I'm like, what is happening? And they're like, oh, it'd be really cool because when it hardens, it turns into this like mesh of like edible coolness. And I'm like, all right, okay. So what they're doing is difficult and valuable. So if it goes well, I'll know that they've done something very impressive. Whereas otherwise, they'll be like, yeah, all right, they did that. And someone will do something really simple, and I'll be like, oh, that's amazing. Why does everyone hate it? Like, you know, it's hard to appreciate the game when you don't really fully understand the rules or what makes it good. And the same is completely true of sports. Like, watch a sport you've never seen before, and you're like, you got points for that, but was the way in which he did it good and worth appreciating, or was that like a schemey goal? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I have no idea what's going on here.
yeah,
By the way, I'm just throwing all my pilgrims at the Danes here. It costs like nothing. They're just people that like flock to your crusade, and they're absolutely pack.
These
But
are the
I've
people
got,
in
like,
hoodies.
I've got about 1,000 of them, so I'm just like, you guys just go in and overwhelm them with numbers. That's all I want.
Stop them from ever getting anywhere near where they need to go.
Run!
Like do you mind in the Truman Show where he tries to go places and there's always a crowd whenever he wants to go somewhere that he's not supposed to be going? It's always just too busy.
A picture of the plane with like the lightning bolt hitting it, saying it could happen.
It says
to
it
you.
could happen to you.
Yeah.
That's an excellent film. I'm mental as well. Just like, I love how mental that film is. And every so often I'm like, I could be in the Truman Show. Now, I don't mean as in like I'd want to be. I mean, like when you sat there and like stuff's happening in your life and you're like, oh my god, if this was the Truman Show, like I get it. Like, yeah, everything's happening the way they would. Some malevolent director wanting to stir up drama for entertainment of viewers. You'd be like,
The battle is very much in our favor.
yeah,
If we
yeah, that
remain
makes
true
sense.
and steadfast,
Until I speak to
victory
other
will be
people who
ours.
just like have drama just follow them everywhere they go. I'm kind of like, oh well, I can't be in the Truman Show. There's no way. They'd be filming this person instead, and if they were filming this person instead, that would make me an actor, and I'd have been told. So
That's how you rationalize that you weren't in the Truman Show,
basically, yeah.
right? Fair enough.
I mean, how
Well, you're gonna
else
get a
would you-
big
I mean,
surprise
obviously,
next
the
year.
obvious one is that like it's just a lot of work and effort, and I've never seen anyone work that hard and put so much effort into something to.
Tidings. The enemy
To do it,
general lies
but-
dead. We've sent the base cur to hell.
There are, everyone's got that mate where every time you see them, you're like, oh my god, can you just avoid a drama for like just like a
Only half
week?
the enemy
Like,
force remains.
you meet up with them and you're scared to ask like how it's going because you're like,
It's going to be a 20-minute of ridiculous story.
it's I like it if it's a fun story, but you know what? It's just a really sad one. You're like, how did you end up in this situation? Like the funniest story I ever heard was when a friend of mine got actually like lost on a hike and had to be rescued by the police, and it was like obviously awful for them at the time, but proper funny when it made the news and stuff like that because they'd went out on a hike, then got lost, and got like proper lost, and then the sun was gone, and I don't know. It wasn't like it wasn't super dangerous, but they called some people and got rescued. But then it got put in the papers, like local papers. It didn't make national news, but it was just like two dafties get lost in the woods, have to call the police out to help them. And I think if it was me, I might have just died, not of embarrassment or something. I think I might have actually just like risked it over fear of looking like an idiot who had to be get saved by the like police when I went out for just a walk.
The indignity's too much.
Do you know what I mean? Where you'd be like, there would be a very long period of time where I'm like, oh, I know we're proper lost, but maybe I'm gonna sit here and be too stubborn, and we'll just like wait until the sun comes up tomorrow and try again to find our way back.
Yeah, let's just leave it as long as possible before we have to phone people for help.
And at that point, it would be like, and the reason they did it is because it was getting dark and they were about to like run out of phone battery. But I'm like, I would have risked it. I was like, how far? I mean, I don't know. It just ended up humorous for them to be. They didn't die, so they didn't die and they were fine, and they were just like tired, hungry, and thirsty. But I don't think anyone's died of hunger and thirst in like the 6 hours between sunset and sunrise on a walk, right? Oh man.
Oh, I have no idea.
Am I underestimating the elements? Because this was in southern Spain, so it was like rather warm. But I'm just like, it's not quite the desert, is it?
Lord, our men are in command of the city.
I had no idea. I don't know if that would be possible or not. Maybe it is.
I
I guess it would
don't know how
depend on the
much-
heat, wouldn't it? Like how much you'd lost through sweat and thing.
Yeah. I just feel you could hack it for a bit. I don't know. They were fine, and it made for a funny news story in a local paper. With obviously they were quite embarrassed by how terrible they obviously look in the photos as well. So there's just these photos of them next to all these police officers who've like come out to save them and that. And you'd be like, oh geez, that like did they have to publish it in the local papers?
Go Pilgrims. Man, it's like a little swarm of little hoodies.
Religious zealots.
Yeah. Get 'em, boys.
Like They're going to be annoyed in about 500 years, especially if they join the Latter-day Saints and find out that they are no longer allowed to practice polygamy.
Everybody get in. I like how, like, massively outnumbered, they're like, yeah, we might still win this.
Especially the little red bar as well, like, you know, the red and blue bar that normally says that you're doing well.
Our men are winning
It's
the
like,
battle.
there is no blue on that bar anymore.
Oh. Although these pilgrims are not doing a good job of... They are getting absolutely battered by these dismounted Huskarls. Weight of numbers will tell in the end, though.
Just outnumber them.
Actually, to be honest, in 49 seconds we're going to have control of the city anyway, and it'll be all over then.
Yeah, remember that beer place we went to when you came over to visit, but I actually wasn't here? And then
Oh, yeah.
we met you for a drink before you and the now wife flew back home. And we were just coming back from our trip elsewhere. And
That was a well-planned trip.
yeah, I know. It was I love doing like, well, these flights are cheap. You're not going to be away for that whole week, are you? Like, what dates are they? Yeah, I'm away for that whole week. That's the exact dates that were gone.
Yeah.
What time's your flight back? It's like, I think we got in at 12, like noon, and you were leaving at like 4 or something.
Yeah, I had like 2 hours at the bar.
But that place has just done a beer that is a grape beer, and it tastes like red wine. No word of a lie. It's like a beer that tastes like wine. It's mental.
That's weird.
Milord,
It's
our courage and honor have conquered.
well worth it. Did you sack it? No.
I did, yeah.
What's sacking it again? Just killing everyone.
Get a bit of cash, burning it a bit. You know. Bit fun.
Classic.
Bit fun for the lads, you know.
Usual Friday night out in Riga.
Geordie's on tour.
Just burning and killing.
Well, I get 2,000 florins for that.
At the paltry amount.
I mean, I guess I get the settlement as well.
The 40 grand of coffers.
Yeah,
But you could have chosen not to take it, right?
Could have. Should I upkeep these, or do you reckon they'll be like, shit? Nah. Tell you what, I'll mix them all together, and then I'll disband a few of them, and we'll keep a couple of units, and then sack the rest off. Sounds like a plan.
Give them their P45s.
There you go. Thanks for your service. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Yeah, actually just sack off all the spearmen. I don't need them. I've got the pikemen.
Reads the lot of years. Get stuffed. Ganyem. It's like, but we're like 400 miles from home. We marched all the way from La Rochelle to Riga.
Well, you know the way back now, don't you? So calm down and have a nice trip.
But it was summer when we came here. It's winter now.
Well, don't get lost. Right, well, okay, so that is a good end, I guess. We've got Riga, so we've got a little bit in the north, a little bit in the southeast, and a large portion of... It's like a diagonal, isn't it? Just like it's like a scar through Europe.
Which I think is probably how the Europeans think of the English anyway, so...
Possibly.
True to our reputation.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for joining us on this week's episode. We'll be back next week, and as Joe mentioned at the start, things will get back in some form of regularity after a little bit of a break.
Definitely. Yeah, the streams should be coming more regularly, and October should be start of quite a few new things for the Indie Bandits anyway. We've got the obviously we've got the competitions back. We've got loads of giveaways and all that kind of crack on. So a lot of indie games to be won. We'll be having more streams, just more output in general. And the big one is obviously the launch of our Patreon and Ko-Fi pages, which we're messing around with at the minute to tweak and offer some really cool stuff to people who want to celebrate independent game dev with us.
Mm-hmm.
So keep an eye out for that, and if you want to support what we're doing and you like what we're doing and how we help indie devs and the community, then you can support us through that. Buy us a coffee, which, look, that's what the site says. It might turn into beer. But you know, and obviously around the internet we're on all the socials. But Twitter's the big one, and obviously our Discord if you want to join us to chat about indie games and indie game development with devs, fans, and this is sort of new, breaking news kind of crack on. Publishers as well. We're getting a few publishers into our lovely little Discord community.
Nice.
And before you go, whoa, publishers are evil and you're no longer an indie game dev if you have a publisher, not entirely true. Just need to make a point there that publishers offer more than a service than just buying out your entire game and taking all creative control off you. I think people get that a little confused because obviously in bigger projects, publishers have a lot of control. But there are independent publishers, and really, publishers aren't publishers anymore. Sometimes they're just outsourced marketing, social media, publishing, porting, translation, localization. They offer a lot of services. So we're hoping to get a nice little melting pot of everyone who's involved in making independent games. So go check that out if you're around the web and like indie games and want to get involved in our little community, which is growing all the time, quite rapidly.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Just we should point out as well that our faction leader now has a pretty badass name.
He does.
That's
I
definitely
think he
a good way to
unlocked
end
that through a cool Patreon perk.
I'm going to change all my names online now to that.
Just the Crusader.
Yeah. But yeah, no, thanks again for joining us, and hopefully we'll catch you on one of the social platforms and further down the line.
Yep.
Cool.
See you
Bye-bye.
around the web. Ta-ra.